Sometimes, the scariest part isn't hitting rock bottom. It's realizing you've been living there for years. There was a time you thought you were different. A time you believed in yourself without hesitation. You had fire, you had hunger, but somewhere along the way, life hit you. And it didn't just hit you, it hit you again and again, until you stopped fighting back. And now, you hide it. You smile in public. You post like you're fine. But deep down, you know you're not living. You're barely existing. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Steve Jobs was fired from the company he built. David Goggins was overweight, depressed, working night shifts and spraying cockroaches for a living. You know what they had in common? They hit the ground so hard, people thought they'd never stand again. And maybe that's where you are right now. Everyone's written you off. Even you have written yourself off. But here's the truth no one told you. Rock bottom is not the end. It's the foundation. And that's where your story starts. Not when you were winning, not when people believed in you, but right here in the dirt, when nobody sees your worth. Because this is where warriors are made. The world isn't waiting for your comeback. It's expecting you to stay down. It's counting on you to quit. So when you rise, you won't just shock them, you'll scare them. And right now, you have a choice. To keep living like this, or to stand up and start fighting for your life again. They thought you were finished. They thought you'd disappear. But they forgot the storm they tried to drown you in is exactly where warriors are made. Every comeback begins in the dark. That's the part nobody tells you. They show you the highlight reels, the trophy lifts, the standing ovations. But before all of that, there's silence. A silence so loud you start to hear every doubt you've ever had, replaying in your head. Maybe that's where you are right now. Your plans shattered. Your confidence gone. Your friends, they don't check in anymore. Your family, they still love you. But deep down, they've stopped believing you can make it. And maybe, so have you. Listen to me, that's not where your story ends. Because the most dangerous person in the world is the one who's been through hell and still chooses to stand up. Right now, you're not weak, you're not broken, you are loading. And in this video, I'm going to take you through the exact truth, the exact fire, and the exact mindset that will make 2025 the year of your greatest comeback. We're not here to motivate you. We're here to train warriors, because when you walk out of this, you won't just survive. You will come back so strong, the people who doubted you will have to watch in silence. If you stay till the end, I'm going to give you the one shift, the one mental weapon that will make you untouchable for the rest of your life. No matter what happens next. Now let's begin.
There's a moment in every comeback story. It doesn't happen on stage. It doesn't happen in front of cameras. It happens when no one's watching. Maybe you're sitting alone in your room. Maybe it's 3 a.m. and you're staring at the ceiling. Maybe it's in the shower where the water is hot enough to hide your tears. It's the moment you realize, this cannot be my life. And it's strange, because in that moment, nothing in your life has changed yet. You're still broke. You're still alone. You still have the same problems you had yesterday. But inside you, something shifts. You remember a time when you had dreams, when you actually believed in something, when you wanted more than just to get through the day. And you start asking yourself questions most people are too scared to face. What would my life look like if I stopped making excuses? What if I gave everything I had just for 1 year? What if I became the person I keep pretending I can't be? That's the first spark. The moment you stop being a victim and start being a threat. But sparks die quickly, unless you feed them. And that's where 99% of people fail. They get motivated for a week, and then life hits them again, and they fold.
Let me tell you a powerful quote that can change your life. The life begins when the fear ends.
You can't give up, because if you do, this year will look exactly like the last one, and you already know how that feels. You have to lock in. Not with a plan that sounds nice. Not with New Year resolutions that fade by February. But with the decision that is so final, there is no going back. When you decide to win, the universe gets out of your way. But first, it tests if you're serious, said Will Smith. And trust me, the test is coming. Stick to the end, because in next part, I'm gonna show you exactly how life will try to break you before your comeback, and how to turn that pain into the fuel that makes you unstoppable.
Remember this quote. It's not the mountains ahead that wear you out. It's the pebble in your shoe. You've made the decision. You've whispered to yourself, this can't be my life anymore. And just when you expect the world to reward you for being brave, it feels like the universe turns against you. You lose people, opportunities vanish, doors slam shut, your body fights you, your mind screams at you, and that's when it hits you. The fire test has begun.
Your comeback will not start with applause. It will start with isolation. You will feel forgotten, ignored, unseen, like the world moved on without you. That silence, that loneliness, that's the fire. And here's the paradox. That fire is both your enemy and your ally. If you're going through hell, keep going. Winston Churchill. But here's the part they never tell you. Hell isn't just fire outside you. It's the fire inside you. It's the voice that says, you'll never change. You're too late. Nobody cares. That voice is the deadliest weapon you'll ever face.
Lesson 1, the fire test, is designed to strip you down. It burns away your ego. It burns away your comfort. It burns away your excuses. It will try to convince you that you're not worthy of a comeback. But listen to me. The fire does not come to destroy you. It comes to purify you, to prepare you, to test if you're serious about the life you've been begging for.
Think about it. Every legend you admire went through this fire. Out of suffering have emerged the strongest souls. The most massive characters are seared with scars. Your scars aren't signs of weakness. They're stamps of survival. Every scar tells the fire, I'm still here. Lesson 2, don't fight the fire, use it. The greatest mistake people make is trying to escape pain. The only way out is through. The only way through is to embrace it. Right now, life is testing you. The late nights, the rejections, the self-doubt, the empty bank account, the fake friends who left you. That's not proof that you're losing. That's proof that you're being built. You're in the gym of the soul, lifting weights that nobody can see. The strongest steel is forged in the hottest fire. If your life feels like fire right now, good. That means you're steel in the making. But the fire doesn't end quickly. It drags you. It squeezes every drop of weakness out of you. And here's the part you must burn into your mind. If you quit now, you'll never know who you could have been.
But what separates the broken from the risen? That's what we'll uncover in next part, The Warrior's Rise. Because if you can survive the fire, you'll walk out with something no one can take away, unshakable strength.
The fire nearly broke you. It burned away your illusions, your comfort, your excuses. You thought it came to destroy you, but now you realize it came to reveal you. It showed you who you are when there's nothing left to hide behind. It showed you the warrior that lives inside your skin. The comeback doesn't begin with the world. It begins inside. It begins the moment you decide, I will not waste this pain. Discipline isn't punishment, it's freedom. Every morning you wake up, when your body says sleep, you rise. Every time you show up, when your mind says quit, you rise. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, no matter how small, you rise. I once heard a man say, the chains of habit are too light to be felt until they're too heavy to be broken. Look around you, most people are chained. Chained to distraction, chained to comfort, chained to fear. But warriors, they break the chain link by link, day by day, with relentless discipline. That's how the rise begins. If you don't know where you're going, the fire will consume you. You need a vision so clear it makes you cry when you think about it. A vision that scares you because it's bigger than you. A vision that makes the pain worth it. The reason most never rise is simple. Their dreams aren't strong enough to outlast their struggles. Your comeback needs a why so deep, the fire can't burn it out. Your comeback is not just about you. It's about everyone watching you. Your family, your friends, your children, even strangers you'll never meet. They're waiting to see what a human being looks like when they refuse to give up. When you rise, you give others permission to rise too. Your playing small does not serve the world. Who are you not to be great? So stop pretending your comeback is only for yourself. It's a mission. It's a responsibility. It's your contribution to humanity.
Not blind faith, not fake positivity,
but the quiet belief that even in the darkest hour, there is purpose. When Nelson Mandela sat in prison, he didn't know if he'd ever see freedom again, but he chose faith. And when the doors finally opened, he walked out not bitter, but stronger, wiser, unstoppable.
Faith doesn't remove the fire. Faith gives you the courage to walk through it. You've been through pain. You've been through loss. You've been through doubt. But if you're still breathing, then your story isn't over. And your comeback, it's not just possible, it's inevitable if you rise. So stand up, square your shoulders, wipe the tears from your face, because the world needs to see you rise. And when you do, they won't just call it a comeback, they'll call it a revolution. But here's the question: how do you take this new strength, this warrior spirit, and use it to dominate your future? Because surviving the fire is one thing, but building a new kingdom from the ashes, that's another level. That's where we go in part 5, the reign after the rise. It's one thing to climb the mountain, it's another to stay there when the storms come. So you made your comeback. You rose from nothing. You proved the doubters wrong. You silenced the noise. But let me ask you this: how many stories do you know of people who reached the top and then fell even harder than before? Athletes who became legends, only to drown in fame. Entrepreneurs who built empires, only to collapse under their own weight. People who fought their way back but forgot one thing: the climb never ends. Because life doesn't reward you for getting back up once. It tests if you can keep getting up again and again and again. Listen, success is not a destination. It's a battlefield where you fight daily. Listen, success is not a destination. It's a battlefield where you fight daily. Your comeback is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of a war. Victory has 1,000 fathers, but defeat is an orphan. When you're rising, everyone will cheer. When you've risen, everyone will test you. Friends will question your changes. Family might not understand your discipline. Strangers will wait for you to stumble. And here's the painful truth: the habits that brought you here are the ones you must protect with your life. Because the moment you stop doing what saved you, you'll slide back into the hole you swore you'd never return to. Don't cling to a mistake just because you spent a long time making it. That's regret. That's weakness. And if you allow it to creep in, it'll steal your reign. So how do you stay unshakable? You guard your mornings like treasure. Your morning routine is your fortress. If you start weak, the day owns you. If you start strong, you own the day. You build systems, not moods. Champions don't wait for motivation. They build discipline. Because moods change, but systems last. You surround yourself with fire. People who demand more of you. Environments that sharpen you, not dull you. Comfort is the graveyard of every great comeback. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. And weak men create hard times again. That cycle, you must break it. You don't fight for a comeback just to become soft again. You fight to make sure your strength bursts more strength. Picture this: a boxer gets knocked out. He rises, trains harder, and makes the greatest comeback. But if he thinks that moment is enough, if he stops training, if he takes victory for granted, what happens? He gets knocked out again. This time, maybe forever. That's what happens to people who treat a comeback as a finish line. But you're not here for a one-time story. You're here to reign. The crown is not given, it's taken, and it must be defended every single day. Your reign is built on daily choices. Do you scroll or do you study? Do you binge shows or do you build skills? Do you waste nights or do you work on your dream? Your comeback gave you momentum, but your reign will demand sacrifice. You'll sacrifice friends. You'll sacrifice comfort. You'll sacrifice who you used to be. The world doesn't remember those who come back once. It remembers those who stay. This is your reign now. Guard it, defend it, expand it. The higher you rise, the stronger your foundation must be. Because storms will come again, doubts will come again, pain will come again. But if your foundation is steel, nothing moves you. Fortivus is not here to motivate you. We are here to train warriors. Warriors don't just rise once, they rule. Every man dies. Not every man really lives. Listen carefully, because this is the part most people miss. Comebacks are powerful. Success is beautiful. But the truth is, even the greatest comeback will eventually fade. Records will be broken. Money will be spent. Muscles will weaken. Fame will be forgotten. But there's one thing that never dies: the impact you leave on people. Let me ask you something. When you're gone, what story will they tell about you? Will they say, he worked hard?
Or will they say, this person showed me what was possible when I was about to give up? Legacy is not about the trophies on your shelf. It's about the fire you plant in someone else's chest.
That's legacy. That's immortality. And here's the rare thought I promised you. You don't live twice. But if you do it right once is enough. Think about it. Everyone's chasing more time, more years, more chances. But what if the goal isn't to live forever? What if the goal is to live so loudly, so truthfully, so powerfully that you never really die? The great use of life is to spend it for something that will outlast it. Your comeback, your reign, they are the seeds. Your legacy is the tree. But here's the twist. Trees don't grow for themselves. They grow to give shade, to give fruit, to give shelter. That's the destiny of your comeback. Not just to rise, not just to rule, but to give. And you know what? Most people will never reach this level. They'll stop at success. They'll stop at comfort. But Fortivus warriors, they don't stop. That's the destiny of your comeback. Not just to rise, not just to rule, but to give. And you know what? Most people will never reach this level. They'll stop at success. They'll stop at comfort. But Fortivus warriors, they don't stop. They turn pain into power, power into victory, and victory into legacy. Because when you die, your money stays, your house stays, your body stays. But your words, your actions, your fight, that's what travels across generations. This is your real comeback. Not from failure to success, but from mortality to immortality. A man who stands for nothing will fall for anything. Malcolm X. So stand for something eternal. And when they write about you, let them not say, he came back. Let them say, he never left.
And now, I want you to pause, take a breath, think about everything you've just heard, because here's the truth. Videos end, words fade, but the decision you make after this moment, that's forever. This is not just another motivational video you scroll past. This is not background noise. This is your wake-up call, your line in the sand, your comeback. So let me ask you, will you let this fire die out the second you close this app? Or will you carry it into tomorrow, into next week, into every battle you face? Remember this, your story is not finished. You are not broken. You are not done. You are a warrior, being trained in the shadows for a war the world hasn't even seen yet. It's not the end. It's not even the beginning of the end, but it is perhaps the end of the beginning. If this message hit your soul, if it made you sit up, if it shook you awake, then don't just listen, act. Come back stronger. Write your legacy. And when the world asks, who trained you, who made you like this, you'll remember this moment. You'll remember Fortivus. Because we're not here to motivate you, we're here to train warriors. The next step is yours. If you're ready for more, subscribe to Fortivus right now. Join the army of people who refuse to quit, who refuse to die ordinary, who refuse to live without leaving a mark. This is your destiny. This is your comeback. This is your legacy. Now go and make the world remember your name.